a counterfeit oxycodone pill that is typically laced with fentanyl. Now, apparently there are other things the term can refer to, but it seems like this is likely the case, especially...
Ooh, he started playing with that fit. Oh no, he lucky he alive right now. He messed around with that fit. Oh, brother. Yeah, I told you, bro. Didn't I tell you like the first video I seen of him? He's a fiend. He's literally a fiend, bro. I know a crackhead when I see one, bro. It's your boy Online Davo, and we back with another video. We got a video about August the Duck. He almost died on stream. Now, this is a crazy situation with Clavicular and some stuff about him and some drugs and some overdose. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. But we're going to get into the video. We're going to find out. Come on.
Sorry, I can't even. I'm absolutely gone.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, let me go sit somewhere. Dude, I'm gone.
Guys, things are getting really bad for one particular streamer, and I think a lot of us have honestly seen this coming. I think we all kind of knew that it was going to get bad sooner or later, but it's manifested itself in one of the scariest ways it probably could, and I mean, this is it. This is the turning point. This is potentially the beginning of the end. If something does not change here quickly with our friend Clavicular, he's probably not going to be our friend that much longer. Guys, the keen and observant August the Doug viewer may have noticed something over the last month or so. Now look, if you didn't notice this, it's really not that big of a deal.
Damn, was that 5-hour energy?
Something over the last month or so.
Damn.
Now look, if you didn't notice this,
Whoo, god damn, boy.
it's really not that big of a deal. I am going to think less of you, but you really shouldn't let that affect you as much as you're probably going to want to. We can rebuild. If you've really been paying attention over the last month or so, you've probably noticed that we have talked about Clavicular a lot on this channel. It feels like it's pretty much been once a week. And usually when I make those videos, it's like a funny haha thing. Clavicular does something stupid, we point and laugh.
I'm not gonna lie, he been in a lot of situations that I have been coming across, but I've been reacting to it because it's like, how much do they really care about this nigga, and how much do I really care about him also to keep on having him on my channel? But for a moment like this, for a situation like this, I gotta react to it. I gotta get my shit off. You feel me?
And then we get serious for like the last 2 minutes of the video, and I say something usually along the lines of like, if somebody doesn't step in at some point, shit's gonna get bad for the guy. Unfortunately, it seems like we have kind of hit that point. As of right now, it is being reported that yesterday, Clavicular OD'd while he was live streaming. Now, this has not been confirmed by like Clavicular or his team, but the footage looks really bad. There was a 911 call about a young man overdosing at the restaurant Clavicular was at.
Damn.
His stream was immediately ended after his friends and his team noticed. There is footage of his bodyguards carrying him out of the restaurant, and the stream has since been deleted. So I mean, we can't say without a doubt that this is exactly what happened, but it really does seem like this is probably the case. And I mean, as unfortunate as this is to say, I feel like this is something that a lot of us saw coming. Now we're gonna look at part of the footage from the stream here in a minute. I'm not gonna be playing like the 911
Bro, what does this shirt say?
call.
Gets no... Man, who are these corny... Bro, just surrounded by a bunch of corny niggas, bro. Just surrounded by a bunch of corny niggas. He's the exact type of person that would take a picture of Clavicular, bro. What?
Or the footage of him being carried out of the restaurant, because I just don't think it's
Damn,
really
that was
necessary for this video. You know, this is kind of a difficult subject to cover because on one hand, Clavicular is a guy who has been given many chances to prove himself as like a halfway decent person, and at pretty much every chance he's been given, he has failed. He's also a guy who has been promoting experimental peptides and illegal drugs to teenagers ever since he blew up. So I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard for me to find any sympathy for the guy. At the same time, however, this guy just turned 20 a few months ago. He's been a teenager for pretty much the entire time he's been blowing up on the internet. And I mean, historically, like half of the teenagers who attain the kind of fame and attention this guy has gotten don't handle it all too well. Does that excuse any of the shit he's done? Absolutely not. The only reason I say that really is because while I'm not going to find much sympathy for the guy, I'm also not going to sit here and be like, yippee, this finally happened. He finally OD'd. I've been seeing a lot of that on the internet, and I just don't really buy into that. I'm just hoping that this can be sort of a wake-up call for him. I'm not super hopeful though, if I'm being honest.
Honestly, bro, to me, this is... Niggas overdose every day. I'm gonna keep it real. People overdose every day. And I know he's getting attention because he's an influencer. Yes, I know that. But in the grand scheme of it, bro, he just another OD for that day, bro. and I don't wish it on him, but you playing around with drugs. You promoting drugs. Is it a culture thing? Is it an individual thing? Why aren't we questioning what he's promoting? Why aren't we questioning that culture? You feel me? Because obviously it's leading to situations like this. I'm just keeping it real.
Billions of people across the internet have been telling him to wake up every single day, pretty much ever since he got popular. So if he didn't listen then, I don't really know why he'd listen now. To be fair, I guess this gets into territory that's a bit different than what Clavicular is normally critiqued for. Obviously, he has been critiqued for his drug usage in the past, but I feel like a lot of people, myself included, but maybe it was just me though, thought that all the talk about like using meth to get lean was just a joke, like shit for a clip. But this kind of thing breaks the fourth wall. And like
Nah,
when it gets
believe it.
outed that you're doing fentanyl recreationally, which a lot of people seem to think that's what's happening here, you might start to get a different genre of wake-up calls. I guess we'll just have to say. Please subscribe.
Nice to meet you. How are you, man?
I know you
What's up,
are
brother?
gonna pass out.
Oh my god. Alright, take care, bro. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Can you take it?
Can I take it? Sorry, I can't even. I'm
Damn.
absolutely gone. Holy fuck.
Oh shit. Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
Bro, eyes rolling to the back of his head? What he got going on?
Take care.
Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, he seems pretty fucked up. I'm not an expert on drugs or anything. I know that might come as a surprise to some of you, but no, I did not turn down a real medical career to pursue YouTube. But I mean, I feel like once you get to the point where you can no longer hold an iPhone, you probably took too much.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Holy fuck.
Mm.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I'm having a good time. Holy fuck. Yeah, let me go sit somewhere. Holy fuck. Let's go sit down right here. Oh yeah? Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy fuck.
Okay, so I feel like it's pretty obvious that his friends and his team, like his bodyguards, are aware that he's on something. You know, generally you don't ask somebody if they're okay like 7 times in a 30-second span unless you know that there's a
Right.
very real chance that they might not be. And I think that this just really goes to show that somebody who actually cares about this guy should really probably get involved with him. You know, I'm sure he hasn't made that all too easy based off some of the interviews he's given, but when somebody is losing all cognitive function in front of you, the answer is not let's go sit in a bar.
Right.
How fucked are you? What? How fucked up are you? Dude, I'm gone. Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god, I was really shit.
Holy fuck.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about this too. We always hear about, gangs in Chicago, gang violence in Chicago, and drill music and stuff like that. But when you really think about it, bro, he's promoting racism, he's promoting drug use, he's promoting, having these women doing all type of shit around him. But because it's disguised under some corny ass shit like looks maxing, nobody cares, or nobody's really putting no attention to it. But it's like he doing some destructive shit too. What do you think is easier to get from somebody in the suburbs? A gun or some drugs? A gun or some Adderall or something? A Glock or some I don't know, some other shit they be doing up there. I don't know. But the point is that it looks different, but it's destructive. He's a destructive person, and when people are destructive, they gotta destroy themselves also. You feel me? He already had to destroy his image and rebuild it to his liking. Now he's destroying his body, trying to upkeep the image. That's crazy.
Holy me.
So it's at this point that I think the bodyguard tells the cameraman to take the camera off of Clav, and I think it's pretty likely that he goes and tells somebody to call 911. You can see it because there's a mirror. He whispers something in the cameraman's ear and then he walks off, and the stream ends like 20 seconds after this.
Oh, he's
Shit
cooked.
looks pretty bad.
How do you feel?
Ain't gonna lie, that nigga nose sharp as fuck, ain't it? Is my shit that sharp? This shit hella sharp. Damn. That's not me. It's mute on their
When
end.
did you last take blues? You want natty? You want natty?
Okay, so that's pretty much all.
Bro is what? Bro is literally falling in and out of consciousness. You talking about something you want to addy? Bro finna give him some more. Oh my god. Of course, this is the people he hangs around. This is his environment. This is the influence that he's promoting on his streams. Of course he's gonna be in the situation he's in right now. Of course he is. And like he said, he just turned 20. But fuck it. You gotta get held accountable. You're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? The same way that we be on Rakai is the same way we gotta be on you. Straight up. And you older. So you don't get no passes.
We've got the stream ends like 10 seconds after this, and those last 10 seconds are pretty much the only evidence we have to like what actually happened here. According to Twitter users and Google, the two most bulletproof sources on Earth, when somebody says the term blue in the context of drug usage, it's referring to a counterfeit oxycodone pill that is typically laced with fentanyl. Now apparently there are other things the term can refer to, but it seems like this is likely the case, especially
Ooh, he started playing with that fit. Oh no, he lucky he alive right now. He messing around with that Fent? Oh, brother. Yeah, I told you, bro. Didn't I tell you like the first video I seen of him? He's a fiend. He's literally a fiend, bro. I know a crackhead when I see one, bro. I know a crackhead when I see one.
since his friend asks him if he wants an Addy. Once he realizes that he's like really fucking gone. This was a big talking point on Twitter because a lot of people were like, oh my god, this guy's a terrible friend. But apparently it's a pretty common misconception that if you're ODing on a downer, that using a stimulant like an Adderall can help you. Now again, apparently it's a misconception, but it seems like his friend was trying to help him because he knew what he was on. Now, like I mentioned, that's where the stream ended, and still nothing has really been confirmed yet.
Well, excuse me. He wasn't, well, I guess he was still being dumb, but it was kind of, he was more so ignorant. He was trying to help, but he was ignorant on a solution that he could provide. Okay. Okay, he's still a nerd for hanging out with the nigga, but all right.
However, again, the keen and observant August the Duck viewer would know that my sleep schedule has been absolutely fucking terrible for the last few weeks. So when I started filming this video, it was like 4 in the morning. Now it is not 4 in the morning. And in that time, Clavicular has gone live again, and he said this.
What happened? Nothing. I'm not gonna really get into it too much. Don't really want to talk about it. Not gonna lie. Don't really want to talk about that. But I ain't gonna be doing any of that shit anymore.
So, I mean, on one hand, I guess it's kind of a good sign that he's saying he's not going to do this shit again, but I mean, I feel like that's probably the mindset of a lot of people who have a close call like this. How long that will actually be his mindset, who really knows? I mean, like 10 seconds after he says this, he goes straight into promoting a club that he's apparently going to be at tonight. So, I mean, like, I feel like this guy is surrounded by the wrong people. Hot take, I know. But there's a difference between being surrounded by people who are just pieces of shit and being around people who are pieces of shit that can, like, affect your safety and your health. And clearly we are dealing with the latter here. Like, look, don't get me wrong, this guy is responsible for his own actions. He's not some helpless kid, but I mean, like, if you have a team that actually cares about your well-being, like, at all, they're gonna say, you know what, Clavicular, you just fucking OD'd last night. Let's call off the club promo for the night. Let's stay in. But instead, there's some guy off camera saying, hey dude, you gotta film this promo, you gotta film this video.
I could see that, but it's kind of how I see it with, this is going to sound crazy, but like with Trump and all the people that obviously is working in his favor in the government. It's one of those things that like, damn, why don't they stop him, or why don't they do this and that? And it's like, shit, maybe bro was just knocking off whoever goes against him. If you are smart enough to stop me for what I'm doing, I don't need you on my team. That's pretty much a Clavicular on. If you finna be telling me that I gotta stop doing drugs and stop fucking all these bitches and stop living my lifestyle, nigga, are you crazy? I don't need no nigga like you around me. Get away from me, bro. Where the followers at? Where the sheep at? That's why he got the people around him encouraging it. They're there for a reason. They're there to encourage it. Come on now. Come on. If I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's still a youngin', coming up. We all grow and do stuff, but a lot of people don't be doing the shit he doing, bro. So at some point, it's a character flaw, and he is who he is.
Like, this dude's in a bad spot. Now, did he put himself in that spot? Absolutely. But he's probably not going to be able to get out of it unless he distances himself from this team and these people that he's calling his friends. I mean, when you're 20 years old and you're running a stack, you're doing every single peptide under the sun, you're drinking every night, and then you start doing opioids, you're not going to live very long. If something does not change, this guy's going to die, and it's going to be soon. And that's a terrible thing to have to say about somebody, but I mean, it's just true. This has happened time and time again to influencers who have lived a similar lifestyle to Clavicular. If this guy has truly been running a stack since he was 14 like he claims, and now he's drinking while using opioids to the point where you're ODing, this guy's gonna die in like the next year if something doesn't change. You don't live very long doing those three things together. Nobody does. You can't. Obviously, I don't think many of us are huge fans of this guy, but the last thing I want to see is anybody die. So I truthfully hope that this guy can get the help he needs and hopefully distance himself from the people that might be holding him back from that. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, this is pretty scary shit. This is the kind of thing that you can very easily not come back from and not end the way that like, oh, he's gonna lose his audience, he's not gonna have a following anymore. No, like, he's gonna die and it's gonna be over. Like I said, it's good that he came back and said he's not gonna be touching that shit anymore, but I mean, to OD and then go to a club the next night, I don't know why that feels like such a bad decision to me, but it really does. It just seems like the kind of thing that after you go through something like an OD, you should probably take a day or two to reflect how you got to that point. Like I said, I hope the guy can find the help he needs, and I hope he can get away from the people who are dragging him down. Unfortunately, though, as is often the case, he's the person who's dragging himself down the most. Hard to get away from yourself when you're a guy like this. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. See ya.
Shout out August for the video. You did your thing. Honestly, bro, it's a situation in which you're gonna have to just find out and see. You're gonna find out and see. Who knows? He may just never touch it again and just do what he been doing. But the thing is, though, he is still, aside from the drug shit, he still is a terrible person. I'm gonna be real. He's still a terrible person in his current form. So it's like, like, it don't matter, bro. People OD every day. Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't have nothing too crazy to say about this because honestly, like, this just seems like I can't take him too serious. But it's also a situation of like, he's also promoting this lifestyle that's leading him down a path. But then again, it's not my community. It ain't my community, so it ain't my concern. I'm gone. Peace.